In April 2010, India passed the Right to Education Act for children between the ages of 6 to 14 years. Yet there are children who live in the slums and below the poverty line that are unable to secure this basic right. While a number of them manage to go to vernacular medium schools, they are still unable to obtain a good education in English. One such city that faces this problem is Mumbai. There are a number of NGOs that help the society in their own way, providing English education for these children at their doorstep, trying to ensure that they are more than capable of securing a bread-earning job. One such NGO is Tarang.
Tarang is about making people self-reliant through education. What we have found is that today's education make people ready for jobs, and people just queue up, line up for like waiting in the queue. Let me have a job and start my career. So what we are basically looking at is bringing knowledge to a level such that people get whatever they want to do in their life, like a trade or like a profession for themselves. So this is a slum of about 2,000 families would be there. And when we started, around 130, 140 people joined in. And we found that what they are basically looking for is an education where they can learn English, a little bit of mathematics. Maybe today they're looking at computer as an option. And that is what we have created in the very beginning. We started that, okay, let's go and teach them English.
The main reason children don't go to school is the lack of monetary aid or domestic problems.
There are many dropouts, school dropouts due to whatever family reasons, maybe death in the family or parent not able to earn enough. They drop out from the school and they don't go to school. And we found that yes, the awareness is there that education can bring them to a higher level, to take them to a different level. And already we have in our batches here 2-3 girls I know of who had dropped out, but they have started again coming to this class to not as a classroom school kind of a situation, but then they have come here to learn where they had left it out.
As an initiative, Nand Kishore Sharma and his wife, residents of the slum, decided to help the NGO in whatever way they could.
मैं बदकिस्मत अपने आप समझ के और अब मैं चाहता हूँ कि हमसे जितना सहयोग बने बच्चे लोगों को आगे बढ़ने के लिए मैं उतना सहयोग करने से लिए कभी भी एनी टाइम 24 घंटा तैयार हूँ। नहीं, मेरा तो यही एक दिल में तमन्ना है कि मैं तो जो भी है अभी है अपने जगह पर उसे कमा खा रहा हूँ, मगर मैं सोचता हूँ कि मेरा बच्चा पढ़ लिख के अच्छा आदमी बने और जो भी बने ताकि हमारा नाम हो।
सब होना मांगता है, कुछ आगे होएगा तो अच्छा है ना, माँ बाप को थोड़ा सहारा हो जाएगा। बहुत गरीबी हम लोग कम धनी नहीं हो जाएगा।
But despite the efforts of organizations like Tarang, there are still those who are unable to go to school. One such girl is Preeti. She talks about why she can't go to school and what she does in her free time.
फ्री टाइम में घर पे ट्यूशन लेती हूँ 2 टाइम, सुबह और शाम को, और फिर दोपहर को 2 बजे से और 6 बजे तक स्कूल जाती हूँ पढ़ाने, मैथ्स, हिंदी और इंग्लिश। हाँ, आपको स्कूल जाना है? हाँ, अभी भी अगर कोई बोले तो मैं जा सकती हूँ। मीन्स पैसे की वजह से मेरा प्रॉब्लम है और घर में भी थोड़ा मम्मी का प्रॉब्लम है। ऐसे नहीं लगता आप कभी भी वो निकाल सकते, ग्रेजुएशन तो चाहिए टीचिंग के लिए, बीएड या डीएड, तो ऐसे नहीं लगता है कि हमेशा रखेंगे, लेकिन मैम अच्छी है, उन्होंने 2 साल से मुझे रखा है।
Other children are however more fortunate and their parents are able to fully support their education.
My name is Manoj R.K. Gupta. I am studying in standard 10. I came here for studying some subjects like English, Maths, Computer. Sarita ma'am is teaching me English, and I think that I will success in English.
मेरा नाम पूनम है, मैं TYBA में पढ़ती हूँ, TYBA आरजे कॉलेज में, और मैं 18 इयर्स की हूँ। 18 इयर्स और मुझे पढ़ना बहुत अच्छा लगता है। मैं बड़ी होकर लॉयर बनना चाहती हूँ।
मैं दाकिया कॉलोनी में पढ़ती हूँ।
मैं यहाँ पर इंग्लिश पढ़ने के लिए आती हूँ और मेरा नाम है काजल शर्मा।
मेरा नाम पूजा रविंद्र खांडेकर है। मैं अभी 6वीं पास होके 7वीं में गई हूँ और मेरे स्कूल का छुट्टी गिरा है तो मैं घर का काम करती हूँ, मेरे मम्मी की मदद करती हूँ। मैं यहाँ इंग्लिश पढ़ने आती हूँ क्योंकि मैं बड़ी होकर बड़े अच्छे नौकरी पर लगूँ, किधर किसी ने पूछा इंग्लिश का कुछ तो मैं बता सकूँ, इसलिए मेरे को इंग्लिश पढ़ना बहुत अच्छा लगता है।
Well, the state introduced the new law earlier this year. How are children encouraged to go to school now? I met up with advocate Snehal Shet, who talks about the deployment of the law by 2013.
All the schools will have to prescribe to this norm and the standards laid out in the act within 3 years, else they will not be allowed to function or they will have to face a fine.
However, with loopholes in the law, the probability of these children finally getting at par with private schooling is yet unsure.
The most major loophole that I can see is that this law is providing free education to children between the ages of 6 to 14. So that leaves children of pre-primary age from 2.5 to 6, whereas in India, especially in the urban areas, when your question is with regarding to slum dwellers, what happens is that children in cities are taking an education from the age of 2.5, and so they will be at a great disadvantage and will not be able to be at par with the other students who are funded by their parents in respect of education.
Regardless of the law, NGO teachers are going to do their bit for society.
I teach English right from kindergarten children, from capitals, cursive writing, spoken English, words, sentences, all of it. In school, not everybody is looked after. It's a whole batch. Here we personally take on with each and every children, wherever they are left. In school, what happens is they have their courses to be completed. But here what we do is, I at least always check out like what's being taught behind. Are they through with it? Or else we start it all over. It takes time, but then we definitely see to it. They at least learn the basics. I did teach a child, he didn't have parents, and his granny was literally struggling to, though he doesn't come under this area or anything, he lives in our own, complex. And that boy got very good marks in his 10th. He still comes to our house and everything. Then there was the sweeper's boy, whom I took on with some subjects. He also passed out. So that's it.
What is it that you feel at the end of the day when they do so well?
I feel very good. I think I've done just a bit. At least something somewhere. And it's much easier to be with children, teaching them and getting even feedback from them. Sometimes it's not that they are always positive. But then, it's an honest confession. That's the best thing about children.
One day Rishi Modi called me in his office. He told me that, okay, if you can give some times to the children Saturday, Sunday, okay, I'll do. So I joined with them and I start teaching English subject. As I'm good in English grammar, so I thought that I should teach them, small children, for English subject. And to some extent, I'm also good in maths. So maths is still not started, but I'm into English teaching and I'm teaching the English. And apart from that, I'm also a Baha'i. Baha'i, okay. So in that there is one principle that you should uplift the poor and teach the children's. And there is an equality there is one principle that equality between man and woman. So considering that principles, I thought this is the right way if I am doing a good thing for them. So I am also fulfilling one of the principles of my Baha'i faith. And that's what I've been motivated because of this thing. That's all.
No, while we say we'll coach them, they say, okay, the people who are into profession, they say, okay, why can't we join hands with you and start contributing to people? It's a really very, very happy situation for us. And even I have found people like plumbers and electricians saying that we know this profession well and we can train people. I said, wow, that's a great thing to have happen. Like some people are willing to contribute and some people are there to take the contribution. And if Tarang can be a cause in that matter, I think it's a great way forward.
But in the professional world, do these individuals stand a chance to compete against those who have a sound educational background? I have with me Amit Bhayalal Singh, who talks about his experience.
कर रहे हो बच्चे लोग के लिए अच्छा ही कर रहे हैं, बच्चे लोग को आगे शिक्षा मिलेगी, अच्छा ज्ञान मिलेगा और इससे क्या बच्चों का और हौसला बढ़ता है कि आगे पढ़ने का। तो अभी ये जो तरंग हमारे यहाँ पे जो इंस्टीट्यूट खोला है अभी किया है वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा अच्छा है, क्योंकि इससे बच्चे लोग डेली आते जो स्कूल में क्या इतना नॉलेज नहीं देते, टीचर्स लोग इतना ध्यान नहीं देते क्योंकि स्कूल में बच्चे ऐसे होते, तरंग में क्या सामने रहेंगे और बच्चे लोग को ऐसे ध्यान देने का ध्यान देते और मेरे ख्याल से तो अच्छा ही कर रहे, जो तरंग बोले उनके सपोर्ट में हूँ और अच्छा ही कर रहे।
With the lack of an education minister, numerous NGOs are filling in the gap for these underprivileged slum dwellers.
I know you'll help us when you're feeling better, and we realize that it might not be for a long, long time, but we're willing to wait on you. We believe in everything that you can do if you could only lay down your mind.